Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a cool subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. What is our cool subject for today? Our cool subject for today is selling and creating sales scripts, using them to make more money. What did he say? I said selling and making scripts. That means the kind of scripts that you use over the phone, those scripts that you use when you knock on doors, those scripts that what you need to have when you're calling people and there is something that you're trying to sell. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it. And our topic again today is selling and creating sales scripts and using them to make more money. You know, I've been in sales a long time, and one of the things that I've learned is I need to have a script. And you may say, well, I don't need a script. I just take it and just sell whatever I got. Well, see, if you are a real salesperson and somebody who's wanting to be in the top 110%, you have got to have scripts. Now, scripts are available online. You can get templates for them. I mean, there are just a lot of people who will make a script for you. And then this is the key. I've been making scripts, I don't know, for a long time. And so I have a whole bunch of different types of scripts for different products that I've sold over the years. And they're kind of like my little templates. So I've got some that I use over the telephone. I've got some that I use when I go door to door or business to business. I have created these scripts because they were necessity. And I had this one guy who that I met many years ago who made a lot of money. And he said, Gary, you need to have scripts. You need to have information so that way you're not what they call winging it. Winging it means you're just going out there haphazard and you're hoping that you don't forget something. But if you have a step-by-step process where you can have a convincing conversation, you have more of an opportunity, hopefully, to sell more. It just makes sense. So you have to work it that way. And see, here recently, I've been making some new scripts to help people, but also to help myself. You know, I'm over the phone. I have to set appointments all the time. So I have to learn that when you have multiple products, or if you have different things that you're trying to sell, like I sell life insurance, mortgage protection, I sell real estate. And the key to success is I need to be able to know what I'm going to say when I talk to the customers. Now, what you need to do is make sure that when you're writing a script, that when you get on that phone, you need to catch that customer's attention like right off the bat, because you've got less than 10 or 15 seconds for when they'll say, oh, I'm not interested, I don't need it. But you've got to work through that. You've got to overcome those objections right off the bat. And see, because we have so many people right now using robocalls, I can't stand them. What happened is they'll call you, and if you answer, they won't say anything. And then it'll disconnect. And then you call the number will say, hey, we were trying to get back with you. And basically, I hate those. I like it when somebody calls me, and I listen. I talk to salespeople all the time. I used not to. I used to hate it. But when I actually get a salesperson to call me, I actually listen to them because I want to know what they have to offer. Because sometimes people, they get these things called leads, especially right now with health insurance and mortgage protection and standard insurance. They'll call you and they'll ask you some basic questions. They'll capture your attention right off the bat, but they're reading from a script. And if you hee-haw around, they've learned that, hey, they can get back on task because they have the scripts right available. And if you are a person where you have to talk to people over the phone, I've sat in cubicles, okay, when I was selling and helping with mortgages, and when I was helping people over the phone, when people I would call, I would get maybe a lead from a source that was from the internet. I would pick up that phone. If I didn't have a clue about what to say, they'd be like, yeah, I ain't got time for you. But see, I work with a company that helped you create a quality lead, or should I say a quality script, so that way you can walk the customer through a process. First thing, you know their name. You want to make sure, hey, do you live at 8912 and this is the right person? You want to make sure you're talking to the right person, but you're also get them to say yes. And when they're starting to say yes, they see in their mind's eye, well, these people know a little bit about me. Maybe I need to listen. And so what you want to do is kind of inform them, hey, I'm with this particular company. We're getting back with you about this particular information. And you live at 1221 Wicker Street. Is that correct? And you're 24 years old. Is that correct? Or you're 54 and so forth. So what I'm sharing is that first part, you've got to capture their attention. Sometimes they're at work or maybe they're off or whatever, but their time is very valuable because they're so tired of people with these robocalls and all this crap, just giving them a hard time. So when you are talking to the customer, you've got to create value while you're calling. You've got to get into the meat of them, tell them who you are and why you're calling, and then you've got to close. You've got to ask for an appointment. You've got to ask, did you want to go ahead and get that? Now, if you're selling directly over the telephone, you've got to have a step-by-step process so you can get information from them. Because, see, I've did the mortgages, and I had to get what you call social security numbers over the phone. These people don't even know who I am, but I had such a strong script that they trusted me. They knew that I was of value. And I always tell them, and I give them my information. So if you have information about who you are, what your license number is, it's very helpful too. Not your driver's license, but I'm talking whatever product that you sell, you want to have some kind of, hey, this is who I work for. I'm the real McCoy. So the key to success in this regard is you've got to delve into the information. Ask them some questions. Let them visualize themselves, seeing themselves purchasing. You want to ask these questions that are open-ended questions, so you give them some reasons to ask more questions. And if they balk about the price, or they balk about the service, say, well, I understand. Well, basically, based on your information, I see that you are interested. So let me just give you a little bit more information. And by the way, I'm going to be out in your area Wednesday. That's what the company's got me going out there. Do you work or are you retired? And you're asking questions, and they're perceiving, hey, these people might be coming to my house. They might be sending me some information. What's going on? And then they'll say, well, I get off of work at 5 o'clock because I do work. Well, that's perfect. My simple job is to get this information out to you. I work for a great company, but this is my job. So I'm going to be knocking on your door between 5 and 6. Which works better for you, 5 or 6? Well, 6 sounds better. And see, you've closed it. You've gotten the opportunity. And you say, listen, go ahead and write this information, this reference number. This reference number lets people know that, hey, I've already gotten in touch with you. And basically what it does is it strengthens your presentation, and you're getting out there, you get ready, and you ask them, well, when I come out to your house, is it GPS friendly? Does your home have the numbers on the mailbox, or is it on the home? Do you have a code that I'll be needing? Because you don't want to be out there with no code and the security guard going, hey, you can't get in, bro. Okay. And see, what I'm trying to do, guys, is give you some input. Scripts are very important. They make a difference. And like I said, I've written so many of them that it's not real complicated. So if I sell a new product or with a new service or somebody, I'm able to go ahead and manipulate some of the words, change up some stuff, make it more of my own personal. That's what makes the difference when you can make a script personal. And then after a while, you may not have to use the script as often, but I always place, when I'm making my phone calls, I always place the scripts with my objections or with different things that are available to me, services and benefits that I've got available to help the customer. Now, if you're working in a place like, I work for a company, and I work for Wells Fargo and with a company called ERC, and we used to have customers that would call in about mortgages. They would call in about problems they had. They would talk about their financing, their escrow, their taxes, their insurance. So I needed to have scripts that were available so that way I would be able to sound professional. If they needed different telephone numbers to different departments, I had those available. You always want to make sure that when you have a script, it's a simple script. And that's if you're out there cold calling. If people are calling into you, you still need to have scripts, and you need to be able to walk customers through issues. Now, if customers are upset, or if they're calling and they're mad, screaming, upset, just let them have that, that I call it a time of fame. Let them be famous for a minute. Let them get all that crap out, and and then say, listen, I understand. This is what I can do for you. Let me go ahead and help you. I'm sorry things didn't work out in the past. And by the way, once you get them taken care of, you've got your little script. Oh yeah, I can go ahead and add additional services. I can offer additional services, or I can make some money by letting these finance people know that, hey, these people are wanting to talk to somebody about refinancing or buying a new home or whatever. So what I'm saying is, even though you work in a place where you're in a call center, you also need to have scripts. You need to be able to talk to people. You need to be able to have conversations, and always treat the customers nice, guys. I know it can be kind of boring sometimes. It can be frustrating because you get all these objections, but that's your job. Your job is to walk the customer through the difficult process of purchasing, taking care of their customer service needs, making sure that their experience is worthwhile. You know, my name is Gary Lee Stanley, guys. Give me a thumbs up and share my videos, and please subscribe. And I would really appreciate it because I'm a real salesperson. I've been selling since the 80s in one form or capacity. And I tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all. And today, you know, our whole total was selling, creating sales scripts and using them to make money. If you use your sales scripts properly, you do make money. And remember, it's a numbers game, especially if you're wanting to call people and you've got some leads and stuff, and you may want to go ahead and set appointments to go out to their houses. If you have enough leads that are available to you, you'll have a better opportunity to see more people and to make more money, honey. And again, the same thing. If you've got customers who are calling into you because you're a customer service person, if you have the capability to add on services to make them see the value of different things that they can invest in, or point out some other features like credit insurance and things of this nature, your company is going to appreciate you more. Because see, we're salespersons. Even if you're a customer service agent, you are truly a salesperson. You may say, I don't sell nothing. Yes, you do. You sell yourself as being confident. You sell yourself as being a person who can listen and take information and process that information. So if you're a salesperson and you're out there and you're wanting to create a script, start from the basics. Find out if your company has some that are available, and then go ahead and kind of go through them, and you got to test them. What I mean by that is, if that particular script doesn't work, test another one, and then get creative and make your own. Because see, once you make a script your own, like I said, I've got scripts, and any time that I've gone out in the field, you may say, well, I don't need a script when I go out in the field. Oh, yes, you do. Because, see, you want to know what you're going to say to the customer when you knock on the door. Ting, ting, ting. Hey, is this Mary? Hey, Mary. Hey, I'm Gary. I'm with this particular company. We're getting out here. We've got some basic information. This is 721219. Is that correct? Yeah. And also, you said that you were thinking about possibly getting some insurance. Is that correct? Well, you know, or whatever product. So you're out there, you're going to need some basic instructions how to go step by step to create value. Because remember, in the first 15, 20 seconds, they're going to make an opinion of you, and sometimes it may be the wrong opinion. So dress the part, look part, be clean, brush your teeth, make sure you look good. And if you're talking to people over the phone, be considerate, man. God, no, there's so many robocalls. Remember, don't you hate getting hung up on and you get talked to like trash? So remember, the time is valuable. Love the one you're with. Get you some decent scripts. Like I said, I go through other scripts. I've been writing scripts for a long time for different products and so forth. So I use a little bit of pieces of information. And I also use my mind and be creative, so that way I can create something that's unique for my niche market and for my products. But remember, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If they've got a script that's working and it's working, you may just leave it just the way it is, and you learn that script, you learn every part of it, and you don't skip anything. Because once you start getting off in a rabbit hole, or they take you down a rabbit hole, you got to get back on script. You got to get back in there, so that way you can help the customer perceive and value why you're calling and why they need to see you. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy. So do me a favor, guys, go out there and sell something. And remember, script making, talk to your management. Go online. There are a lot of people who sell scripts, and you got to be able to use that script, and don't deviate unless you have to. And if you're creative, create your own. But remember, a good script can make you what? A whole lot of money on it. And it also gets you the capability to be in front of customers, and it also gives you the capability to close customers over the phone. It also gives you the capability, by having a good script, to be able to ask those pertinent questions to be able to find out if those customers are even going to be able to get service, or be able to afford, or to be able to get your service. So be creative, get you a good script, and when you get a good script, keep that script around you and keep it where you can use it, because sometimes customers will say stuff and you'll be like, oh crap. And then if you've got it visually right there, you can get back on track. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy, and our topic for today, creating a sales script and using it to make more money. Now you understand why you need to get some scripts, because scripts, what? They make you money, honey. All right.